Have you ever wondered why we think, feel, and behave in the ways that we do? It's a source of fascination for many. After all, the way our minds function has a lot to do with how we do things and how we are. Human behavior, brain function, and mental processes have been studied extensively. And while there are still a lot of unanswered questions, and there is a long way to go, by learning about the fundamentals of behavior and the human mind, we're able to gain a better understanding of ourselves and others. In this video, we have gathered some truly interesting facts about the psychology of human behavior that will help better understand why we think, feel, and behave in certain ways. Let's jump right in. Number 1. Things that happen to us in early adulthood stay with us long term. Have you ever noticed how often older people talk about their early 20s? Or have you ever wondered why so many people love coming-of-age stories? Well, this phenomenon is referred to as the reminiscence bump. You see, we have a preference for recalling experiences from adolescence and early adulthood, primarily due to the emotional intensity of this period, because of the number of choices and changes that occur during that time. Graduation, marriage, the birth of a child, these are all new experiences, making them much more memorable. Research also suggests that memories are easily accessible from the reminiscence bump because they are linked to self-identity and significantly contribute to an individual's attitudes, beliefs, and life goals. Number 2. There's a reason we want to squeeze cute things. Puppies and babies. Don't you just want to love them and squeeze them and cuddle with them? Well, apparently, that's a natural reaction, and it's known as cute aggression. According to an article in the Frontiers in Behavioral Neuroscience, the idea behind cute aggression is that when we're overcome with positive feelings, like those elicited by an adorable pup or baby, a tad bit of aggression balances out those overwhelming feelings so that we don't harm innocent little beings. Number 3. We care more about a single person than about massive tragedies. In another University of Pennsylvania study, researchers examined people's behavior as it related to donating to causes based on certain stimuli. One group was shown a starving young girl. The second group was told a statistic about millions of people dying of hunger, and the third group was taught about both. Those who heard only about the statistic donated the least, followed by those who heard about both. Those who heard about the little girl donated double what the statistic group did. Psychologists attribute this to the fact that if a problem feels too big, we feel helpless and insignificant, like our efforts won't have any payoff. In this case, helping save one starving girl seems more attainable than ending world hunger. Number 4. You're more likely to blame people than the situation. When something undesirable happens, people tend to put the blame on someone instead of the circumstance they find themselves in. For instance, if you're late for a meeting or an appointment, you're more likely to blame the taxi driver than the construction that resulted in traffic on the way. Since the human mind works this way, it's important that you remember this and take it into consideration when you encounter situations like this. Number 5. It takes 5 positive things to outweigh a single negative thing. You might have heard the advice to start and end your day by thinking about a few things you're grateful for. This helps keep us balanced because we have what's called a negativity bias, which makes us focus on the bad stuff instead of the good. It's useless to ruminate on the negative things that bring you down. Shoot for a ratio of 5 good things to 1 bad in your life. You just might manifest something wonderful. Number 6. Rejection literally hurts you. Have you ever felt like you got punched in the stomach after being rejected by someone? Why is that? Well, apparently, that's how our minds are wired to respond. Turns out, the same parts of our brains get activated when we experience rejection as when we experience physical pain. That's why even small rejections hurt more than they should, as they elicit literal, though emotional, pain. Number 7. Speaking in a foreign language changes your decisions. You might think that people would make the same decisions no matter what language they were using, or that the difficulty of using foreign language would make decisions less systematic. However, the opposite is true. Using a foreign language is shown to reduce decision-making biases. When speaking a foreign language, we need to suppress our native language, and in order to think rationally, we have to suppress our innate intuitions. brain imaging studies show the same parts of the brain are involved in both foreign language use and rational thought. And when foreign language speakers activate their brain's inhibition center, their intuitions and emotions are also inhibited. As a result, individuals make more rational decisions when speaking a foreign language.
Number 8. When one rule seems too strict, we want to break more. In the psychological phenomenon known as reactance, people tend to break more rules when they feel like certain freedoms are being limited, in an effort to regain the freedom that they perceive as being taken away. This is best illustrated in teenagers. When grounded, not only might they sneak out, but they may end up engaging in other risky behaviors as a form of reactance. The human mind really is fascinating. What do you think? Which psychological fact did you find most surprising? Do you know any other facts about human psychology that you would add to this list? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell so when we post a video, you get notified. Thanks for watching.